Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, let's see. We're doing some superhero life work. Let's see. I believe last time we started with a welcome back, Wolf. Good seeing you again. Let's see. So right now, I'm going to open up Studio. The let's see, everything's looking good. How do I look in the camera? Honestly, I'm gonna have to trim my beard, y'all. I know it's big and bushy, but like it's getting too big to like the sides. It's like it's starting to distort my face shape. It's like my jaw does not go this far in. It's like there. You know, it's, it's not. That's not how it looks. But I'll be trimming that probably. But yeah, the let's let me get more hair gel. Sorry, I know that's why we're here. CJ, self fashion critique. That's what. Why else would you be here? It's not for the game. It's for the personality, the fashion, the charisma. Yeah, that's what I'm known for. The oh, all right, here we go. Now I'm having to face the dread of having to fill out the stock again. There's something to be said about how intimidating it is filling a giant canvas. And to me, this dock is a giant canvas. Same with the park, where it's like, what's going on there? There's like a little bump. What is that? Do I need to smooth that out? It's funny because I wouldn't see that if it weren't for the texture being all weird. Um, but yeah, let's see, textures are loading in. We're almost here. Okay, we're going to have a few different. Okay, what are we doing today? We are filling out this dock here, and I think let's start by making it the right thickness. Because like these docks aren't meant to be infinitely thick, like myself. Um, let's see. How do we? Okay, line this up. Okay, yeah, because then we're going to go through and we put those pillars, um, and that will look amazing. And there's got to be an actual name for those pillars. It's not pillars, right? You should make a feature where you can add superhero items to identity. So yeah, no, that's essentially what the suit glitch was, to my understanding. Um, and so yeah, we're not gonna have a divide between what a normal. In fact, we're not even gonna have super and hero identities. We're just going to have identities, and those will basically serve as different. In fact, we should have identities, and then we should have like outfits under those identities, so that you can have like people. You want people to still be able to recognize you, but then you want them to not. Oh, like you'd have different identities for when you have a different face on. Be good for disguises as well. Um, but we want the yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I want this to really I want this game to make up for years of not updating it. Um, I think for the most part, those years were necessary. In the same way that there was actually what is it, 2 year, almost about a 2 year gap between Superhero Life 1 and 2, and I think that so we there's always it's that game was a fairly easy level up because it was just taking the stuff I learned the first time and doing it better. But then the more times you do that, the more that the more of a struggle it will actually be to. Does anyone know if there's any plugins for like rotating a texture, like rotating a wedge? You know, that's got to be one, right? Because you can see like the textures here are like not lining up the way you'd want. Okay, let's check that. What would you even call that though? Plugins wedge wedge edge. What is that? Oh, that's cool. Um, yeah, we're just looking at different plugins. Like, where's the Infrastruct game? It's technically in a semi-playable state. It just did really badly with playtesters. I should get around to cleaning it up and just making a something for people to play. But at the end of the day, it is a very flawed game. I don't think anyone would have fun with it. At least not in the current state. I still love trains too much to never release a game like that. But Infrastruct is probably going to join Night Ships and Wasteland Engineer as projects which will be continued eventually, but not anytime soon. Um, but yeah, no, it was really sad when I had to pause that game because I don't know, that one was one that I was really passionate about, but it just became too big of a game. Like that's something that people don't consider is that in game development, it's not just making something work. It's about being able to make it. Um, it's about being able to sort of pivot and iterate and change based on player feedback. And Infrastruct was a game which took almost 11 months to get the first playable version. And so actually pivoting it and changing to a new thing, that just would have taken forever. That, like, like every update would have taken like 3 or 4 months. And I don't know, I wasn't confident enough in the project to take another year or two to possibly get it off the ground. It was just a huge, just a really huge thing. I don't know, maybe was it material flip? Material icons, find copy and paste material, classic materials, simplified material manager, advanced materials, material changer, material plugin. What's that? That's cool. Materialize. Huh. Yeah, hey there, welcome. Yeah, I think that I think that the roads do wrap around in this current version. Like you can have races around the edges. Um, though I'm not sure if it would make more sense to have the racetrack go down this way. But no, it'd be cool. My hope is that I would love to have this map be something that can be sort of like reused for. Imagine if there was like a racing game mode or like I just want to I want to make this as flexible a thing as possible. And that yeah, so that's something which but for that you need a really solid foundation, and that is what we are making here, hopefully. Okay. This is okay, just a second. I'm gonna Google search Roblox Material Flip plugin. Why do I ever search on anything except for Google? Okay, so it's by Stravit. Ah! course it's from Stravin. Of course it is. There we go. Material flip. Stravin just makes, okay, creator Stravin. Let's just go through it. We're only going to be doing Stravin stuff now. Okay, so I think I have those ones already. Oh wait, do I have an outdated version of this one? I do. Oh no, okay, so resize align, material flip, quick stairs. Grow Peter. Why didn't I do this years ago? Part 2 biome terrain. That's tempting. Minify, Beautify, Obby plugin. No. Quick Road. I'm too stubborn to use that. Construction Toy Dragger. That's fun. Quick Wall. Cool concept. I never end up wanting to use it, if that makes any sense. Resize align. Dev comment. That's cool. Sorry. Chance you add bases back? Oh yeah, no, we're definitely adding bases back. In fact, ideally, it'll be flexible enough that you can have multiple bases, even like have bases specific to your character. Though purchasing items will be saved to the account. So like, if you buy a car, every character you have will be able to use that car. You'll just be able to customize it differently. Yeah. Okay. Let's do edge align. Okay. How about when is Roblox going to clean up this area? What are some things that I don't need right now? Okay, so manage plugins. I don't need Horsecat right now, though we will be using that so much. Y'all don't even know what's coming. So Horsecat, where did I put that? Oh, is that? Oh no, I don't think I can remove. Oh wait, no, it's Horsecat modification. So turn that off. Let's see, what else? Don't. The thing that annoys me about auto anchor is that I need it. It does not need to be a plugin, you know? Like I don't like what it means. Sorry, it needs to be a plugin. It just does not need to make a button. I don't need to be a button. I just need to passively in the background auto anchor everything. Let's see. Elktob released a bunch of different plugins recently, but they are so expensive. It's like $30. Like, don't get me wrong, dude is super talented. And so I'm sure he put $30 worth of value into each of those plugins. Um, I just don't know if I will get $30 of value out of it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably buy one or two of them, but not right now. It's just, you know, the so let's start by actually making the we're going to use something made by Tyridge 77, and that is this. Okay, guys, y'all are in for a treat. We are going to we're going to use one of the coolest plugins, one that I had a tiny hand in helping make, the tiniest of hands. So watch this. Load from mesh. Allow. Okay, so now what we're going to do is use this to make some terrain. And you're wondering, CJ, why do it like this? Why not? Um, isn't this a really awkward way to make terrain? And my answer is not as awkward as the actual terrain editor. Uh, I don't know how many of y'all have used the terrain editor, but it is a nightmare to work with. I know they're working on improving it, and they have made improvements, but like, dang, if I if I can avoid it, I certainly would not want to use the terrain editor. Okay, so surface grass, fill material, ground. All right, uh, generate. Now check that out. Beautiful. Okay, so see, that looks pretty good. We're gonna carve away at it. Don't worry, we're not sticking with it. Do you know at the edge of the map? Are you gonna add a beach or something? So there is a beach right here, and we might extend it a little bit this way. But yeah, no, we're the main goal for right now is just, having everything kind of line up. Um, okay. Can we make it so that it doesn't remove other terrain? Replace voxels, generate stamp settings, load from mesh. This is such a cool plugin. Okay. The amount of things that Tyrant had to do to get this working. Dude's a saint. Honestly, he's living the life that I want to. Just spend your entire day making cool open source tools, and that's just tackling interesting problems. Occasionally he'll throw one my way, but it's just sometimes the problems are a bit too interesting for the time I have available right now. But yeah, no, dude's awesome. Okay, so yeah, we're just the goal right now is to, but you see, this is something that actually, once we do some smoothing, this will look a lot better. But all right, so let's make some changes here. We are going to okay, so generate, and that that should work okay. Will we have to buy the powers again? No. If you own something from last time, we will definitely be allowing you to keep that. We the And if there are any things that are removed for the sake of gameplay, you will be compensated with in-game currency. Um, yeah, and by a good amount. Like we want. I said this a few times before. The amount of in-game currency you get for if a product is removed should make you you should feel like you won the lottery. Like people will have wished that they had bought the Game Pass that was removed. Um, because of how much cool stuff they'll get. Like they're gonna be like, oh, I should have bought that. It's like I should have bought stock in Microsoft in the 80s or something. It's like, missed out. Okay. So this is going okay. This is going okay. Let's see. What else? I guess okay, we have one right there. Okay, yeah. See, look at how that's so much easier than all that elaborate carving, you know? Now we're gonna do a texture pass, but just know like this is beautiful, you know? Yes, I'm doing the mall. So the mall is gonna become basically let me open up the Miro again. But the mall is gonna become kind of a the boardwalk area here. I hate and love Miro. I love it from a functionality standpoint. I hate it from the sense that it's like a cloud service thing. I don't like those. I swear, Miro would be so much better if it was just a one-off program on my computer. I don't use it for team stuff. I just use it to sketch things down. I want to save it to a Git. Okay, I'm fine. I'll be fine. But yeah, so I want to make it this. This is what the mall will be. That's my vision for it. And we're going to do that with a nice little boardwalk thing here. And that will require some creativity. Okay. Let's move this over a little bit. All right, so generate. Okay, well, let's also go and add that extra beach area that I was telling you about. Okay, so we're going to replace that with mud, and we're going to replace this with sand, and that should go well. Okay. It's a bit more beach than I was expecting, honestly, but that's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna have Easter eggs. Let's see, the gems we got. So the gems will be translated into the main currency at a very you know a generous rate. Like basically, my dream is that anyone who supported the old version of Superhero F2 will quickly become old money. Like they'll just become absurdly wealthy in game. Um, because for one, there's not too many people that I think like as while I'm still lucky to have had people, play this game for so long. Um, I it is not by any means like a majority of Roblox. It is a small bit. And so if my goal is to, expand the audience, might as well thank the people who've been with me so far. Okay, so we're gonna remove that. Um, so now let's use the terrain editor to erode away some of the stuff. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. Yeah, so let's see, Phil. Let me. So yeah, filled in terrain gaps. Sorry, I need to add my Git at some point uh, to the visualization. Yeah, no, we're definitely gonna decorate the beach as we go along. The goal right now is just to we're working towards it. We have like this entire area we're gonna be decorating, and that's gonna require some more creative stuff. Let's see the okay. Oh yeah. So in terms of destructible stuff, one of the reasons that I'm not going too hard into the sort of prop things is that I want to make those fully destroyable. Like I want like if there's a beach chair, if you run into a beach chair at full speed, it should go flying, you know? Like you should I don't want like that GTA 5 effect of where like you hit a tree and just come to a dead stop. Um, and so that'll require some degree of handling. Okay. So let's so where I always forget where they put the terrain editor. It feels like it should be in plugins, you know, or modeling. But view just feels wrong. Okay, so let's do a so sculpt subtract strength 0.5. Let's reduce the size to 15. Okay, we're just getting some of this stuff back. We're gonna regain this pathway. Yeah, no. So flying through buildings is tough because not all buildings will have a full interior. Like, okay, so look at this. Let's say we want to fly through this building. There is nothing inside it, and so that would lead to uh, some odd, like, either you'd have to make every building be a fully one-to-one interior, which could be pretty heavy. Wow, what is happening with my performance? Did something just start updating? Let me open up. You know what you need to upgrade your computer when like you're using Task Manager enough. 100% CPU. Which of you is doing? Hmm. Looks like it was Studio. Studio for some reason was like, yeah. But there's for some reason my camera being in there tanks my PC performance. I don't know why. But yeah, you'd have to have everything have some sort of interior or at least be able to generate it on the fly. And that's just tough. I'm not saying it's impossible. You could do some trickery where like you have like the camera follow one end and then like make a portal at the other side, but it's just you know, there are much lower fruits that are much more rewarding. And I think that we're going to start with those. Um, okay, so would there be mini islands or police station? I'm torn on police. I want to have, you know, I think for the most part, I've come to, view the police institution as more of a corrupted force since I first started making superhero life games. A little bit less of like justice and, more of a less Captain America 1 and more Captain America 2. Let's just put it that way. Um, and I think that if we do add police, because they exist, I don't think we can ignore them. They should be an NPC run organization with its own incentives. Okay? Like when we get like mafia NPCs, that'll be around the time we get um, police NPCs, because this is at the end of the day superhero life, not police life. And I'm fine with people like working as like a forensic scientist or something like that. That's cool. Y'all can do that. But I don't want someone's day job to be a cop. That just and then like a cop with like a Punisher vest on. That just seems I don't know. Not something I want to make. The let's see the NPCs. So I do think we will get NPCs in Superhero Life 2 because we technically had them. It was such a bad implementation. We have like one standing right here. So we will have NPCs, and I want them to be kind of like the GTA 5 NPCs where they don't really do much, but they exist more to make the city feel real and to run away from danger. And they add a little bit of humor, uh, grim humor, if like uh, you if like you throw a car and then like one of them screams in like a cartoonish way, and then like gets knocked out because this is still a game for children, but I think children especially love slapstick comedy, and having a bunch of NPCs lying around uh, with infinite slapstick comedy potential is something I don't want to pass up. Okay, so that's looking all right. That's looking all right. Yes, I will. I will unthaw. Yeah, so there is going to be destruction. Okay, looking at the original superhero life, things that you should be able to destroy: lampposts, signs, trees, um, probably some of the cargo crates, uh, maybe some of these like things, doors, windows. Like you should be able to destroy things, but not everything. We're not making Minecraft as much as I'd love to. Um, yeah, they're NPCs. People are going to make some of the most cursed sports out of the NPCs. It's going to be brutal. Um, yeah, see, I should just give up on this. I should just put a wall here. This should not be a terrain thing, and I should remove it with the selection. Where did I put that? Okay, here it is. Okay, so we are going to select this. Well, let's start with something a bit easier. We're going to select this, and okay, I think that works. Now let's have to scale it. We're going to have to bring this in a bit more. Okay, so let's use them. Remember how so long ago we were thinking, oh yeah, the material flipper, we should use that. Um, okay, beautiful. Look at that. Look at this. All right, that feels nice. Let's see, any other clear candidates? There we go. There we go. Um, will there be a limit to how many powers? Yes. Yeah, we can't. We don't want to have every person have every power. Um, well, okay. As a game designer who wants to empower the users, I would love to give everybody every power, but then give them a limited amount of energy among those powers. Like, if you have only one power, you'll be able to punch stronger than anyone. Like, let's say you have a person who can shoot a fireball and punch, and a person who can just punch. The person who can just punch should be able to punch twice as strong as the person who has punch and fireball. Like, if you should have the same amount of power, but you should be able to manifest it across different ways. You know, like a person like Superman who would have like a bunch of different powers, if he was made in a game like this, or some kind of Superman analog, the he would be so weak because he just has split the amount of energy he has across all these different powers. The only problem is I then have to find a way to make all of those powers usable. Like I want to make it so that who here's ever played a non-Roblox video game? Um, as you know, most of the time in those games, attacks are sort of emergent out of like combos or very specific button presses. You don't usually, have. I guess you do have some games where you can like scroll weapons, and so maybe that's worth considering. But I want your moveset to feel much more, natural for the most part. And so there's going to be a limited number of slots, and it's not always going to be easy or even valuable to switch them out all the time. So from a purely game mechanic standpoint, I want to always say yes, but, and then from a more realistic, like actually having to implement it standpoint, the UX design would make that very difficult to have no limits on the powers. So yeah, sorry y'all, probably not going to happen. Let's Yeah, we'll see. Well, when we get to powers, we will see. Okay. Um, I'm definitely open to having a vertical mobility thing. It's just actually implementing that is difficult. Like when you have to verify every single surface is something you can easily claim. Like, look at this. Okay. Imagine. Let's see. Can I just turn on the file studio settings, diagnostics? No rendering. Show bounding boxes. No. Render CSG triangles? No. Never mind. We're going to do it the fun way. We're going to do it wireframes. Okay. So when it comes to actually detecting whether you can run on something, it's easy enough with the things that are very simple surfaces, like here's the school surfaces. Like then it's just like, okay, here's some flat walls, and you can just go up them. That's easy. But then you get to something like this, where you have a bunch of different faces. And so determining when you hit it, like this has to work within a single frame. You have to be able to do all these calculations. And then, okay, looks like, so you can run up this, okay, then you run up this. What about this part where it's kind of overhanging? And then it's just sort of like looping around. Like you'd be running fast enough to clear this entire arc in one go, but like how actually locking it onto that would could be a real headache. And so I think being able to run up walls is nice in theory. In implementation, it would be tough. Not saying it's impossible, because every time I say it's impossible, some very talented developer out there spends 40 hours on the problem and proves it's possible. I just don't want to spend 40 hours on it. I don't think the next month of streams should not be on solving that specific problem. Mhm. We're going to be making a better suit editor. Telekinesis, once we have destroyable objects, telekinesis becomes more viable because then there's actually stuff to pick up and throw. But that'll be a power that we'd add later. All right, so let's sculpt, subtract. There we go. All right. Let's see. How about so now we're gonna do some painting. Um, so we are going to move that. Go to the. Okay, no. Before I get distracted. Okay, so um, let's finish up this area right here so that we can have like a very specific design to work on. Okay, so we're gonna connect that via that. Um, we're gonna make it prettier over time, but this is the current um, thing. Where did the rig go? The here it is. Okay, so we want this one to be like a staircase or something, you know? Okay, so we are going to let's just did we make a copy of that sidewalk anywhere? Let's actually go about getting some of the roads. Okay, so let's unlock this. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and just line this up. Let's see. Then we're going to connect that. Okay, looks small. Yeah, no, yeah, the in terms of actual scale, like the city is quite big. It's just, we spend so much time zoomed out. That's why almost every builder needs to have one of these guys just sitting around, just because you really lose track of how big everything is. And I think that that can really cause some oddness. Um, though I'm certain, like, that's not something that you can really become immune to, I think. Like, did I ever mention part of the reason that compared to other Roblox games, I've noticed that I put my doors and ceilings a bit lower. Do y'all know why that is? It's because I'm 6'3" and it just looked right to me. And so that's why my ceilings are lower because like, yeah, it's about that far away. And I think that for the most part, that's caused a degree of disconnect between how things look. Yeah, so let's sorry, I'm trying to remember exactly how there was this one there. San Francisco is my go-to reference for all of this right here because it has a pier with some terrain. And so I remember that there was well, it's not so much a flex as it is just a fact of life. Being tall does not help me that much. Um, yeah, okay. I need to make this line up again. Okay, slow down the camera. Man, lining this up is a headache. I'll say this. It's like I'm just trying to get it and it's just refusing. Okay. But will there be food stands or restaurants? Um, that there should be that kind of stuff in the city. I don't know necessarily um how what areas will be that, you know? I've been playing this game since 2016. It came out in 2017. I'm guessing you're referring to Superhero Life 1. But yeah, no, glad you stuck around this long. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, let's see. I know I really like the cafe in Superhero Life 3 is one of my favorites. It's based on a painting I really like called Nighthawks. I think it was Edward Hopper. Um, and yeah, the yeah, no, the Superhero Life 3 started construction in 2016. It didn't release until mid 2017. Yeah, the it released July something 2017, which who knows, maybe we'll be able to have this remake done in time for that, in time for the anniversary, I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm going to delete. Okay, so what would be the easy thing to do here? Because obviously we're getting like some issues where you can see under the road. So should we extend it out like yeah, the should we extend it out or should we like sort of lock it in? Katanas. I think don't we have katanas? I could have sworn we had katanas. If we have katanas, they definitely will be there. If not, then they should be there. Katanas are cool. Uh, Sorry, just gone a bit quiet. The How many Superhero Life games are you planning to make after Superhero Life 2 remake is finished? I'm planning on remaking all of them and then making Superhero Life 4. As to making a Superhero Life after Superhero Life 4, I don't know. Super, I like superheroes. I also like other things, and I think it is, like I want to make other things that I want to be able to have multiple different types of games. I don't want to just be the superhero life guy forever, I don't want to be just, Mark Hamill in Star Wars. I also want to be Mark Hamill as the Joker, I just want to branch out, and that will require making things that are not superhero life. So we're getting to four, and as I live a long life, maybe I'll make more after that. But I my goal is not to make it forever and ever. I don't want it to jump the shark, I only want to make a superhero life game when I have a good reason to. And it's hard to know what the reason is when you haven't even made Superhero Life 4 yet. Once I make Superhero Life 4, and inevitably there are things I feel like I could have done better, but also things that I can't update, because that's the thing. Post these remakes, Superhero Life is going to get updated a lot more. Like a lot more. Like y'all won't even recognize me. Uh, because I will have developed an entire workflow for making updates as easy as possible, and it will be a lot less stressful. And so, yeah, expect updates a lot more often once once this comes out. I think it's the least y'all deserve is at least to have a person interested in updating the game. That's, so I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. Hey there. Well, what's CJ doing? I am working on sort of building out the harbor dock area. There's just like the coastline on this side. It was originally only supposed to be it was originally only supposed to be like a this thing, but then I just kept on evolving and evolving, and so we're gonna get it. We just need to. We're probably just gonna end up just going ham on this entire area until it looks good, and then we'll get back to buildings. It's not my fault. Y'all told me, hey, we want to do the mall now, and it's like, well, the mall is part of the harbor, which is part of the beach, which is part of yeah. So, but I think it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna look good. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. Also, what's a good let's see. Where's Wolf? Wolf, are you here still? Because it is material time. I am a material guy living in a material world. Um, let's see. The Actually probably would funnier if I would said I'm a material girl. Okay. Note to self, get better at humor. Uh, let's see. What are some? Okay, wait. Bricks. Okay. Okay. What's like a good like seawall? That ain't bad. It's a little bit old though. What do y'all think? No worries, Wolf. Basically, right now I am choosing materials for this wall, and it's really brick. I guess it is. You can just barely see it. Let's make this a bright white so we can get like the true form. So yeah, we're just getting. I'm torn on this one. It looks nice and worn down, but like. All right, choosing materials for the wall. Yeah, yeah. So well, yeah, no. Once I finish remodeling the city, it will become a coding stream. But I promise y'all, it's going to be more interesting than you think. Because a lot of the systems in this game are, it's not a game with a ton of depth. I'm not going to be doing like algorithms or anything. It'll be me writing code, which immediately turns into something on the screen in front of me. Like, the most boring parts will probably be UI development, but even then, look, okay, I like this one. How do y'all feel about this one? We're good at this? Okay, okay. So we're gonna put, dang it. Okay, so we are, so yeah, I guess rule of thumb-ish, whenever you make a material from a material pack, make a copy of it because you might want to mess around with the, hey, really, did we already get this? All right, perfect. Yay. This is because you might want to make like a variation of it later. Like you might want to change the size a little bit, which is the case for this one right here. Dark gray metallic, 1A, 2A. Okay, so let's just make one called 1B. I really wish that you could have like an override for the studs per tile and like just make those little modifications. Camera froze? Dang it. At least I'm not sticking out my tongue or anything weird, you know, picking my nose, which I never do. The okay, where's a person? Here's a person. Okay, so let's get the scaling for this one right. Okay, so we have control over the scaling here. So how high should we go? 128? 256? Wait a second. Did we not put this on? Why is it not updating? Mistakes were made. Okay, so what was it before? 96. Cool. Okay, so now italic 1A. Does anything use 1B? If I like delete that, does anything go wrong? Any issues? Everyone's okay with that? Looks like it. All right. So which one should I actually be modifying? Okay, so let's try this one. Okay. Yeah. Oh, hey. Big Siege. I know that. I know that guy. You have a very talented game development professional in your midst. Yeah. Today we are working on making bricks, and you know, because I was told as a developer I should stop making my own screws. They never said anything about bricks. Okay. That look like a good brick size. I know they're a bit bigger than usual, but these are like retaining wall bricks. You know, these are like cinder blocks. And I think it looks all right. Question is, what color should we make it? I think we should go with a slight, a bluish, you know, like a fog. Let's see. Hey there, everybody. Welcome, welcome. What are your thoughts on the current condition of Joe? There are many Joes in my life. You'll have to narrow it down. Yeah, the honestly, I'm very excited to do the superpower stuff with y'all. That'll be fun. Um, the okay, so we are going to paste that. I feel like now that the bricks are this thick, should I make it wider or is that? Let's see. Let's see how that looks. That's all right. I think that that's probably as thick as we want it. All right. Um, okay. So let's. You know what I want? I want there to be just a way to copy the materials, like transparency, reflectance, transparency, just like copy all that in a single key command. I say that like I can't literally set that up myself, but I want someone else to do it because I don't know. I don't have the energy for that right now. The transformation animation, I'll have to look at them. If the original animation is fine, then like why remake it? I don't know if my animating skills have gotten too much better in the last few years. So, no reason. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? But for the most part, the I will be looking into different ways. For one, I might consider doing like a Python workflow or something to actually um, to actually get these things looking right. Like just to take like some industry standard animations and import them. Though I'm sure someone else has already done that somewhere. I just would need to find it before I can say I'm going to use it. You know, that so much of game development at this point, like here's the evolutionary tree or something of game developer skills. First, you start of, can I do this? After a year or two of trying really hard, you soon get to a point of you can more or less do something if you put in enough time. Like that's the thing which you come to realize. You can do it. It just might take longer than it's worth, you know? And at that point, you have basically, should I do this? And if you always want to do a cool thing, the question then becomes, how can I do this again? Except instead of actually doing it, it's more of a question of how can I be efficient enough to do it? And that means usually cutting from other areas. That means, taking the, I'm just going to lower this like, okay, so we are going to do some modifications here. Here we go. All right, so where should it line up about? Maybe there? Okay. So now I'm going to do gap fill. Hey, I spell very small words wrong all the time. I've noticed I spell them in like really stupid ways. Like the ways that would only make sense if you're saying it out loud. Like when I make a typo, it's like a typo that would only make sense if the person didn't know English that well and was doing it fully phonetically. My brain just does not encode text correctly. All right, so we have, all right, now let's do a material flip, material, well, actually that was right, it just looked bad. That's the worst feeling. That was correct, it just looked bad. Any thoughts on explorers removing buildings from the city? Y'all, please don't remove buildings from the city. In fact, I would prefer you add them. Because adding them, that's something new. Removing them, that's it's not as fun. Not as fun for the players, you know? And that's really my goal. I'm not gonna be like what's the phrase? Who is that one director who made 2001: A Space Odyssey? Kubrick, that was it. I'm not gonna be like a Stanley Kubrick, like be like super perfectionistic about my work. It's a game that is fun. It does not. It's not like I think there is certainly. I think I'm an artist, but I don't know if I make art. You know, I think I make something different. It's like is a civil engineer an artist? You know, it's like they probably do have a degree of creative artistry in their work, but what they've made is not necessarily going to be enjoyed as art. It's just a means of which people partake in their lives. Um, And I think that's how I kind of view being a game designer, where people will have very meaningful experiences here, but for the most part, the meaning comes from them. Like the reason y'all love the game is because of the friends you made in it, because of the stuff you made in it. It's not because I did such an amazing job with the map that it like changed your life. No, it's just the setting for the value that y'all create. And I want to be mindful of that. I want to, I think that's part of the reason that Superhero Life 3 got a bit misdirected because I was thinking that that I should, as the game designer, be in charge of making the fun part. So like putting like in-game events for players to have fun with. when really just the core of my game was the players, and I definitely missed that. Um, but yeah, will you add bathrooms in a nurse room in school? Definitely a nurse room. Adding bathrooms to video games has always been kind of weird. It's like the because on the one hand, it makes sense. On the other hand, what kind of role play activities can you responsibly do in a bathroom? You know, it's like you're asking kind of tough questions at that point. But yeah, we'll see. Because on the one hand, I also know that like for every one cursed bathroom role play, there's going to be like a cool bathroom fight. Like the first Harry Potter movie, like they had like the troll fight. Like it's a place. It's a place, and you want to have a lot of places in your game. It's just what you prioritize, what you end up supporting either directly or indirectly. Um, okay. How does this? I need to look up how this plugin works because it's very good. Like, I don't know. It is odd how effective this thing is. Ryan, are you here yet? Okay. Everyone tell me when a guy named Rhyperion arrives because I want to show him some cool plugins. He's making a really awesome game, and hold up. I genuinely have no idea how he did that. Okay, so let me just look at the orientation. It's 590. Where's the 5 coming from? The heck? The heck? Look at that. Oh, never mind. Okay. I for a second thought it was flipping the materials with just the angle. And I was like, how is that? How is that happening? Try in the bathroom role play. That's great. I never understood eating in the bathroom. Eating in the library. Like, I was a little autistic high schooler. I didn't like the loud noises. I didn't like the crowds. So the eating in the library was amazing. I genuinely miss eating in the library. It wasn't even like a sad thing to me. Like when I did make some friends later on, we would eat in the library together. It was just a peaceful place, and I could be on the computer. Yeah, I miss time like that just to relax and you know now I eat at my computer all the time. It's just it's not as fun. The okay, so that's looking good. How are you gonna how are you gonna wrap the bridge around the beach? So this isn't necessarily going to be a bridge. We're just going to end it here. We are going to essentially just have this like sort of end at this point, and then just have like some stairs or a ladder or something come on in. Okay. Also, let's okay, sidewalk. Okay. This is my problem. I'm getting lost in the details here. Like this didn't need to be this exact, you know? It's like mistakes are probably being made right now. But I want to spend time on things. I'm not like I feel like that's the thing which frustrated me a lot about the people who said Superhero Life 3 was rushed. It took longer to make than Superhero Life 2. It's just it had a bigger scope, and so it took like 2 months longer, and you know it like a 20 to 30% increase in development time. But it didn't matter because the quality was lower because it was just doing it's like a density thing. Like you know how you can have like a different like how density is a ratio of volume to weight or something like that. Um, so same thing with game development. You can do a lot of stuff very um, you can do a lot of stuff very simply or do a few things like a very I guess quickly that are not necessarily the highest quality or like one or two things you know at a absurdly high quality. And usually you got to mix it up a bit. You can't do like the highest, like a game with the highest quality map does not necessarily have the budget for the highest quality mechanics now. Like, because that, if you have the same amount of time at least, assuming a static budget, obviously a game that has a infinite budget can in theory have um, infinitely good stuff. But I have yet to see a game with an infinite budget. And frankly, I'm not sure that game would ever come out. That seems like how you get a game that never comes out. Okay. Hey, I'm definitely down for secret passages. You add more, yeah, we definitely have more textures for sure. So the news building is actually this one right here. This one's a very rough draft of it. All the buildings right now are very much like low fidelity, simple versions of what they will be. So if you think it looks bad from like a implementation standpoint, you are correct. But this is going to be the new news building. This is going to be the new corporate labs. Uh, this is the new school. Um, you know, we're just yeah, we're just working on all this stuff and getting the basic shape of the city right. And then as we get then from there, we're going to stop and work on some mechanics. And then we're going to finish off the game with we're going to start testing with a lower quality version of the city. And then as from there, we will start improving the city as we go along. Like just that'll be the final thing. That's how we did it with the first time with Superhero 2. We got a very rough version of the city out quickly, and then we polished it up over time. Like when first testers entered Superhero Life 2, I think there was like one interior, maybe like two, if any. Like um, you can actually see that in the trailer I made for Superhero Life 2. You can tell it's an older version of the game because Superhero Life 2 used to have it custom tools. It used to have UI, like you custom UI for the tools. But I realized it was buggy and it didn't actually add any new functionality. So I ended up reverting to tools at the last minute. But if you check the original Superhero Life 2 trailer, you'll see we used to have custom UI for powers. Um, so in a sense, we're bringing that back. Let us. Okay, so now to asphalt. Let's see, how do we, where's that stair plugin? Stairs. Oh wait, stairs, go. Am I doing this right? How does the stairs plugin work? Oh wait, what is this? Oh, never mind guys, I figured it out. Um, will there be events in the game like Rubber Bank? We do definitely want to have events. I think that'll be a nice change of pace uh, from the quest system. Though I'd love for them to be player controlled. One thing I like about GTA 5 is that like a player will like, be doing a heist or something or like moving items between across the map and like other users will be incentivized to attack them. And so I think that'd be kind of nice to have sort of like you if you rob a bank, like and someone defeats you in the next like 60 seconds or like a minute or two, then you know you, you go to jail or like lose the money or something, or they get a reward. Like I want to encourage players to interact with each other in that way. I think in terms of that'll be what combat mode is. Roleplay mode will still, of course, exist. It's just I should be careful not to make this too wide because there's kind of okay, so what's the size here? So we have 24. So we have 24. So we're going to want to narrow this to only be 24 because we don't want to have any like, confusion as to what the width of the road is. Because in theory, like all the vehicles that should be able to go up and down this, will be vehicles that can drive on this road. And so we don't want to make this wider than that because that wouldn't make sense. Um, let's mess with this terrain a bit more. Uh, Models, view, terrain. Home, view, test, terrain. What am I doing? I was doing something. Oh yeah, terrain. Memory is better than ever. Um, Literally, my mouth can be remembering something, but my brain has just fully lost the sauce. Okay. Fair chance to combine the remake. We're not going to be trying to combine the maps. I don't think that is just something that I feel does it like I can understand why people ask for it because in their heads it's just like, oh yeah, it's a it's a bigger map with more to do. I can take all my favorite parts from the first one and the second one. Um, but it just adds so much complexity and honestly leads to kind of a clashing of art styles, I'd say, in my opinion. And so I think that it'd be better off instead if the different maps were just given updates that fit them and not deal with the infinitely added complexity of like having, like every single map has to fit in with every other map, because that just seems like a pretty quick way to use up all of your bandwidth. Okay, so let's, uh, so, sorry. I know I'm not as talkative right now. My brain's a little bit fried. Been a crazy day, but good news is, you know, got some visa paperwork out of the way, making it easier for me to stay in Brazil. And yeah, Let's see. So yeah, the okay. So yeah, we're just getting that out of the way. Um, okay, you see this? I really love the new Explorer query system. Like you can just select, okay, I want all of these. I want to select all of the things with this specific thing, like with this specific material variant. And that is why you want to give things unique names, because then you can get much more meaningful queries out of them. And let's see, so brick, regular, so retaining wall. Yeah, that looks good. I had to make one of these in Guatemala. Make is probably a strong word. I attempted to help, but soon was quickly surpassed by the Guatemalan farmers who are much stronger than me and deserve more. Um, let's. Can y'all imagine having to make a beautiful map using only position and orientation coordinates? That would take forever. But still, at the end of the day, precision is precision, and you got to do what you got to do. And I think that's kind of the thing. No, there's no such thing as a perfect game engine. There's just I should flip this. Wait a second. Each one has their own strengths. Ideally, you would make you would choose your game engine based on the game you want to make. I think that there are some game engines which are flexible enough that you can do most of the stuff that you want to do. Um, those are usually the big ones. But like for real, if you are an indie developer and your game is multiplayer, um, I think Roblox is a genuinely compelling solution because you get to skip all that weird networking cloud storage costs. That can be very stressful. Um, and you don't have to deal with server infrastructure or anything crazy like that. So yeah. But if you're making a single player game and you have like a very good art team, Unreal, I've been told is very good. Um, let's see, the when the remake finishes, will server owners or server be able to use controls such as whether vote? Yeah, I definitely want to improve the private server system. As to what that specifically will look like, I don't know at this exact moment, but better. We want to. The first goal with that will be stability. I don't want to have it crash all the time. But then once we have that done, we will definitely pursue. Um, we'll definitely pursue more improving the actual, quality and like ability, not quality, just improved quality. And then, yeah. Oh, sorry. My wonderful girlfriend just walked by, distracting me. Um, yeah, the it's like the corner of my eye. Like that's either a ghost or the love of my life. I hope there are no ghosts because I'm in Brazil and I don't speak Portuguese very well. So like a ghost said like something scary to me, I'd have to ask him to like, can you say that into Google Translate? I'm really not getting you. And that'd just be awkward. And that's really the most horrifying thing that can happen, an awkward moment. Um, let's see, the superhero Active City have a name? Well, let's see. Would there be possibility of natural effects? You're gonna have to elaborate on that one. Hey, Eric, appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, no worries. No one is obligated to show up to these streams except for me. And even then, I have an imperfect track record. Um, yeah, so okay, weather. I think controlling weather and seasons on a private server level makes sense. I'm not sure if that'll be a free thing because you got to monetize somewhere, and it does seem a little bit more unnecessary. Uh, and I think super specific customization of private servers that feels more like we can monetize that. Like y'all don't need that much control necessarily. But of course, if we change our minds, we can always just refund it through in-game currency. Um, and yeah, but no, I want to support that kind of functionality for sure. Um, mhm. Yeah, no, this specific city, we've given it the name Sanctuary City. Um, so let's see, just lining up these different. Okay, we're gonna have to be a bit more creative right here. Okay, how do we plugins convert part? Okay, and now we're going to change this part to a cylinder. Cylinder. Okay, and then we are going to just reset the pivot on it, or not. There we go. 888. So the reason we're doing this is to get a very specific type of sidewalk because we need this to connect with this part of the road. But okay. So let's just drop this down. Actually, wait, do we see Z fighting? Is anyone else seeing Z fighting here? I'm not seeing Z fighting here. Though I might still want to drop it down just so that the texture. Okay, yeah, that looks a bit more ideal. And then we will pull this up. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we'll just quickly connect this. And line this up. All right, we're almost there. I know this has been the most fascinating stream yet. Um, where'd that go? Oh wait, is it rotated? Okay. Um, yeah, so we're really just, we're building out this dock area, and hopefully, okay, let's do something a little bit fancy. But you see that this is you're about to witness something very cool, and that is me caring about a detail which nobody else will care about, and merging this into the yeah, just this, yeah, just making it so that this is flush with the side. Okay. Um, all right, so now let's do some material flipping. That looks close enough. Close enough. All right, yay! Yeah, no, the Z fighting. Yeah, the Z fighting is really rough on the old suits. I'm going to be using layered clothing to avoid that a bit, but I know that comes with some own issues. It's tough though. Once editable meshes comes out, that does open the door to a lot weirder solutions. But until that day, we are going to just have to, handle it the best we can. Yeah, the Okay, so we're also going to be adding a sidewalk right here. We while I'm not sure if we'll have wheelchairs in the game, cities often have wheelchair accessibility. So I think that it just looks right to have ramps in some places. And also, like, I'm not against adding wheelchairs. I want that to be known. Like, I think adding wheelchairs would be very cool, but it just adds a lot of complexity. It's kind of like adding water, like water physics. Like, it's not that having water in a game with physics and stuff is like a bad thing. It's just it adds a ton of complexity because now every mechanic you have needs to have like a water compatibility state, um, and that just that can be a tall order when you're trying to make a game. Yeah, no. So all of the code here is going to be reused across the remakes, but we are starting with just one specific game, and that game is Superhero Life 2, because you know how it goes. You make the dream is to unite all of them, but if like if this remake doesn't do well, um, the odds of all that effort, if people don't like the remake when it's Superhero Life 2, they are probably not going to like it when it's Superhero Life 3, you know? What is going on here? Okay, sorry, I'm just dealing with some weird scaling. Why is this not lining up? Well, everything's like 0.5 off and it's confusing me. But yeah, okay, so let's just add that part. So canes maybe, I don't know. Prosthetics are a lot easier than canes because with a prosthetic you can just like that's just a limb essentially. And I think that as a result, it's a lot easier to support. Like, because you don't got to do like custom animations. You can just change that on the actual like visual level and not anywhere else. What is going on here? Why is it being so difficult? It's because I scaled it to. This is gonna kill me. Okay, so 25, so 75, no. 20, 25, 0.5, okay, there it is. And then just stretch it out one to match. Yay! Yeah, so it's 912. Yeah, it's 912 in Brazil right now. Yeah, yeah, no, it's annoying because the thing is like those are the kinds of bugs that are the most frustrating to see because there's no doubt about it whenever you see something like that that it's like this is a bug, but it's also usually so unimportant. Like if I fix all of these little issues, the game does not necessarily do better. Um, it just pleases the developer and some very specific types of testers. But I mean, the at the end of the day, you can't. A tester's role is to find issues, and it is an issue. It's just the most painful one to see pointed out because there's no intrigue, there's no mystery. It's just the developer goofed, and now they have to fix it. Okay. Um, yep. Yeah. It's brutal. Yeah. Truly, game developer, hardest job in the world. Ain't nobody got it worse. Uh, But no, it is funny. We're like, I feel like game development is a very funny career because you have to do some very specific things. Um, and it's like there's like a weird overlap between artist, programmer, civil engineer, um, and like just general product design, product UX design. It's like it's so many hats. Um, yeah, well, honestly, in fairness, Roblox physics is still very much on the side of if of having you slip through things if they do not fit. Okay, so let me edit the pivot here to put it right there. This, this is going to lead to some very annoying uh, thing at some point where it's like, fun fact, did you know that CJ spent 10 times as long making the ramp to the dock than he did the actual dock? You know, like it's just going to lead to like the most ridiculous, I guess, fun facts. Um, okay. So let's edit the pivot for this one. Point. Uh, lined up. In case anyone's wondering why I didn't just use like a single rectangular part for the sidewalks, it is because it saves a very tiny amount of triangles. And since roads go everywhere, like that small amount of triangles actually adds up relatively quickly. And so ideally, you would, you know, it just it's a little savings, But it's like putting pennies in like a jar. Yeah, but no, I think this is coming together. See, it's like we have like a little, like all this part looks good. Everyone could turn in, sort of drive down it. Um, yeah, we can, and it sort of opens up to a road network down here. Like now that we have this down here, we can we can do some very specific so let's move these back so that it actually lines up with the road a little bit. That'll be cool, won't it? I know. Oh, so I see the Z fighting. We'll fix it in a second. Just, one problem at a time. Okay, yay. So now we're just gonna put this through here. How many hours did Twitch stream, CJ? We only two, so we only have about 6 minutes left or so. And let's see. Let me do some resize align. I'm really glad with the let me actually go to manage plugins, resize, align. Because I have like a resize align patch, and since I now have the updated version of it, it shouldn't be necessary. Wait a second. Resize align. There we go. Let's see. So then from here, we're just going to line that up. And beautiful. We have so now just to do the same thing here, where we're just gonna fill this out. Okay, so then all right, so now plugins, resize line. Okay. Resize the line. Resize the line. And okay, beautiful. You have to say resize a line, otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah, fun fact. Right. But yeah, we fixed seat fighting, got that road lined up there, and hopefully, yeah, that with a few more patches. Whoops. Okay. Yay. So we have some we've gotten some of this installed. Why is that? What you see that flickering? What is happening here? Dang it. Must have done this part wrong. Okay. We're almost there. Okay, so we're almost. So the dream here is that all of this will look into as a pretty what sorts of weather will be seeing this rain master? Definitely rain. Will hopefully snow. Seasons is the goal here. I think we definitely want to support seasons. So that means rain, snow, storms, all that stuff. Fall. I love fall. But yeah, I think that's pretty good for now. I mean, like we obviously this isn't like perfect or anything, but I do think we've made a lot of progress for just a single stream. So yeah, good job everyone. Thank you all for joining. Next time we'll actually get some more of this solved. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Stuff's starting to start. You can really, especially at the harbor area, you really starting to see like the continuation of it. But yeah, thank y'all, and um I will see y'all Monday. All right, see ya.